might have seen some movement protesting and calling for justice for Ampon Tangnopakul, who was given a 20-year jail term for sending 4 text messages on his mobile phone, which the court considered as defamatory against Her Majesty the Queen and the monarchy. Now we've got the first public reaction from the spokesman of the Court of Justice, Mr. Siddhisak Wanachakit.
We can call this the first public reaction from the court. Yes.
Yeah. He sent his article to many newspapers and the media. So here we are discussing what he noted in his article. The public or some group of people criticized in the court in this case, and what he says about it.
Kun Siddhisak, the spokesman of the Court of Justice, tried to answer all the key questions that people have about this case of Agong. This case is known as the case of Agong.
Yeah, the grandpa.
The grandpa. The 4 questions, 5 questions, right? He tried to answer all the basic questions. For example, Agong has not done anything wrong. He was wrongly convicted. That's the first question. And then also he also tried to address the issue of whether 20 years is too much for Agong or not. And then another issue is the age of Agong as well, 61 years old, and also the issue about the standard of the Thai Court of Justice. First of all, we just convey the message of the Court of Justice to you. We were not commenting on anything. We were just trying to relay all the what the spokesman is trying to say.
Yeah. Firstly, Agong did not commit the crime, did not do wrong. Why he was sentenced to 20 years jail?
Well, on this, Kun Siddhisak, the spokesman, said that the people who make criticism on this point may not be involved in the process of prosecuting Agong. He said that Agong was given all the chance, all the opportunities that he could get to defend himself, and the investigation process and the trial were transparent, so there was nothing wrong with the trial. This is what Kun Siddhisak says.
Yeah, he also said that the text messages were sent 4 times,
right,
with different words, which were considered extremely rude.
Right, and this is has something to do with the second question as well. He tried to address the question of whether 20 years too much for him, and he said that Agong, or the suspect, he committed these violations on 4 different occasions, and each time he used very rude insults on the monarchy. And in fact, that the spokesman, he used the term, he used the word on something like Agong did not just insult the monarchy, but he also committed something repeatedly with malicious intent also. This is what the spokesman says.
Yeah, and to whether the 20 years is too long, he said the law says for this violation, the penalty can be varied from 3 to 15 years.
So
for each act.
For each count. So basically the spokesman is trying to say that 5 years for each count is only 2 years above the minimum limit of penalty. So the minimum is 3 years, and Agong get 5 years for each count.
Yeah. The next criticism, Agong is quite old, so he should be released, or his penalty
he should have got some leniency from the court. On this, the spokesman said that 61-year-old might have been wrongly portrayed as very old In fact, he said that Agong was well aware of what he was doing, and he was not too old to learn and use the technology.
Yeah, he was not under any nursery or something.
Right, and he was a very healthy man, and 61-year-old, not too old, according to the spokesman.
Yeah, and the next criticism, the court spokesman defend using the UN International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, or ICCPR, that guarantee people's right of expression, but even the international rules or that guarantee people's right also say that
You have to use it with responsibility.
yes, responsibility, and it should be considered to be resolved in case of national security, peace and order, and also morality.
Right.
With morality. And the final criticism is whether the law should be lifted. The court spokesman said
It should be up to the parliament to decide
Yes.
on that. And but he does say that if everything else should be taken into account as well, including the national identity, national tradition, and also how to make the people exercise their right in a very responsible way and rational way without bias also.
yeah, and the laws can still be changed.
Right, he did say that. And another important point is that Agong can always appeal. This is only the lower court verdict. So there's still opportunity for Agong to appeal.
Yeah.
the ruling.
For more detail, you can check out our website or the Nation newspaper for tomorrow.